background, folks. Guys, I'm on the way to no heat call. This is a brand new customer. She called yesterday and said that the heat stopped working. And the only thing I know is this is a gas unit, no prior history. I don't know if someone already came out there or not, but guys, I'm almost there now. Let's go take a look, and I'll see y'all when I get inside. Alright guys, this looks like a Rheem 80% unit. And I just turned my thermostat on. My inducer is running. And according to this customer, everything was working up until a few days ago. My igniter's going. Filter's clean. Okay. We got ignition, but very briefly, and then it just turned off. Let's try it again here. The igniter's glowing. Flame, and it's not staying on. Alright guys, first things first, I want to clean that. I want to look at that flame sensor, and I'm going to clean that sensor, and I'm also going to look at the burners. I'm going to clean that. So let me turn this off, and I'll see you guys in a little bit. As you can see, doesn't look the worst, but there is some discoloration. But let me clean these burners out real quick. I'll be right back. Alright guys, we got everything clean. The sensor, like I said, didn't look too bad, but I just cleaned off the sensor, and I cleaned all the crud and debris that was on top of the burners off. But we're gonna see what this thing does again. Plug thermometer in. And burners are staying on. fan is running. Guys, what I'm gonna do, let me turn this off from the thermostat and turn it back on. The filter is clean, but let me turn the thermostat off. I wanna make sure this unit cycles off and cycles back on normally. I'll be right back. All right, guys. My unit cycled off. I just turned my thermostat off. I waited until everything turned off. And I'm trying this again. And that sensor is positioned correctly. Nothing looks rigged up, which is good. It's just that this unit is dirty, which is expected. I don't think this customer had anyone come out recently to service this furnace. Flame sensor is right in the alley of the flame. Cool. And yep, and that was the fan that just turned on. And that's all there is to it, guys. But for sure, what I'll do is since it looks like the AC is newer, this is a Lennox E.coil 1521. It looks like the AC is newer. What I'll do is I'll definitely bring up maintenance to this customer and let her know that technically cleaning a flame sensor is part of maintenance. So I'll make sure to recommend annual service, coming out twice a year, once in the spring, once in the fall. And especially with this furnace, the fact that this thing is probably 20 plus years old, if I had to put money on it, I would certainly recommend maintenance just to keep this from happening again in the future. But yeah, guys, I think the customer's sister is here, so I actually got to call this customer on the phone and I got to give her the spill as far as what's going on here. But yeah, guys, something like this is 100% avoidable just by having maintenance done. Like I said, guys, no parts needed to get replaced. But like I said, guys, if I would have cleaned that sensor and it would have did the same thing, then my next step would be to replace the sensor. And guys, you heard me say this before with a thermocouple. I never clean thermocouples, I always replace them. But with flame sensors, I treat this on a case-by-case basis. I'll say like this, guys. If I take this flame sensor out, and let's say, once again, I find a no heat call unit short cycling, if that flame sensor is like heavily discolored and I clean it and it still looks heavily discolored, I'll just pop a new sensor in, because it was like a speck of oxidation on that flame sensor. It wasn't enough for me to kind of like immediately pop in a new flame sensor, but it took 2 seconds to clean that sensor and I put it in, and this is my second time starting the unit. Everything's staying on, but I'll make a note with the customer and let them know that if this happens again, we'll just come back and replace the flame sensor. But for the time being, maintenance is going to be the primary recommendation here, just to avoid this from happening again in the future. But there you guys have it. No heat, dirty flame sensor. I gotta fill out my paperwork and I gotta call this customer, and looks like this water heater is newer. Everything looks good in here. Cool. All right, guys, let me get up out of here. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.